So with that, let's go ahead and head over to our next step. This is going to be step number 4, where we're going to be implementing permissions. So we're going to integrate our gradebook application into Liferay's permissioning system. So the process of doing this is very similar to what we did with the gradebook service. So we're going to mimic those steps pretty close. So let me collapse some of these guys here just to make a little bit more space. So we're going to start off by right-clicking Source Main Resources. Once we do, we're going to head over to New, followed by Other. And then we're going to be selecting File right here. And once we select File, we'll click Next, and we need to give this file a name. So we're going to be calling this file portlet.properties. And once you have that typed out, go ahead and click Finish. So here in portlet.properties, we're going to be specifying the specific property, resource.actions.configs equals, and we're going to point this to the directory resource-actions/default.xml, and then we'll save the file there. Now you might be wondering, hey Eddie, from the previous exercise, we actually put our default.xml in the meta-inf folder. And I would say, yeah, that's true. In this situation though, what we want to try to do is keep the meta-inf folder just for our JSPs and our JSP related files or folders. So this is more so of a trying to keep things neat. Since we are specifying where this default.xml is, we can of course put it wherever we want. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll create the resource actions. Let's right click the source main resources, heading over to New, followed by Other. And we're going to be creating a new folder. So creating a new folder, heading over to Next. And then the name of the folder is what we just specified, resource-actions. Once you have that typed out, go ahead and hit Finish or hit your return key. And then inside of the resource-actions folder is where we're going to be creating our default.xml. So I'll right click resource actions, new, creating a new file. And then the name of this file is what we just specified, default.xml. Once you're all ready, go ahead and click Finish. Now click Finish here. And then let's scroll down, right, heading down to our snippets. Okay, we're here in section 4, Gradebook Web, Source Main Resources, Resource Actions, and then we're going to copy this default.xml. So we'll copy the default.xml. You can paste it in the resource actions folder to override our existing default.xml, and we'll say yes to that. All right, so here in the default.xml, it's very similar to what we have seen already. Right, first part here is specifying the name of our portlet resource. So what's the name of our portlet, right? And this should match up with what we specified over in our gradebook portlet keys. Next up, right, defining the different actions that we can perform on our resource, portlet resource in this case. The action keys here can be anything you want, so long as during our permission checking, we are checking for the specific action key that we have here, right? And then specifying some defaults and some guest unsupported, just like what we've done over in our gradebook service. All right, so we have integrated our application into Liferay's permissioning system. The next thing we're going to do, right, is we're going to go ahead and start implementing our JSPs and using some tag libraries along the way. So let's head back down to our snippets section. I'm going to scroll down to our snippet section, Right, a little over halfway done. Right now we are on step number 5. So I'm going to open up step 5, open up the source main resources, metainf resources, and we can go ahead and copy each one of these guys here. So hold down your control key. We can select assignment, submission, init, and view.jsp. I'll go ahead and copy all 4 of those, and then we'll paste them within the resources folder of our gradebook web. I'll say yes to overwriting the init.jsp as well as the view.jsp. Let's give this a moment to flip back over, stop started, and let's head back over to our instance of Liferay. It has been some time, so we'll refresh the page. Right, cross our fingers here as it is taking a little bit longer to load. So here is our new point of view here within our gradebook application. I'm going to go ahead and sign in. And very good. Now that we have signed in, we're able to see our application in its full capacity. As a quick note, you'll notice that before I was signed in, that blue plus button at the right-hand side of the assignments is not there, but we see it now. So we see permission checking is taking place. Going into an incognito window real quick, I'll head back over to localhost 8080, and then you see that blue plus button is not there. Right, we have our default perspective here showing no assignments yet. We have a satellite here going up and down. Right, don't have a name for the satellite. I'll call the satellite Sally though. Sally the satellite. All right, let's take a look at what we just did. Again, we could leave it like that, call it all snippet magic, but what fun is that? Yeah, so let's see where to start. Let's start here at the view.jsp. So here in the view.jsp, the first thing is we're bringing in our init.jsp file so that all of our dependencies will be taken care of. So that's first. We have a Liferay UI success tag. So what's going to happen over in the controller side is the controller is going to pass over this specific key, assignment deleted. Once that key has been passed over, it's going to display this message, assignment deleted successfully. Now this too is quote unquote a key, and the value of this, what I'll call a message key, is going to be over in our language.properties. All right, so let's connect the dots here real quick. So what's going to happen is we will delete our assignment. So this will be calling the delete assignment MVC action command. So it goes through the logic to delete the assignment, calls the service to do so, and then we have this line here. Once the assignment is deleted, we're then going to use the class called session messages to add to the action request object this key or this parameter action deleted. As the view.jsp is being re-rendered, the key is going to get picked up. It'll display this message, which too is also a key, and its value is over in language.properties. So assignment-deleted-successfully will display this here on line 47. Assignment was deleted successfully. So that's the first part here in our view.jsp, and then this is going to happen for the rest of them as well. We can do the same thing for when we add an assignment and for when we update an assignment as well. We can have these success messages thrown back to our end user. Next up, we have this Liferay DDM template renderer. It's going to help us render, well, templates. Right, we're going to be using Clay to help us out here to display our toolbar. So that's that right here. Next part is our search container. The search container is used to display content in kind of a table-like aspect. So off the bat, we're saying, hey, if there's nothing within the search container, then throw this message, no dash assignments. That value is defined in language.properties. So if I look for no dash assignments, we see no assignments yet. And this corresponds to what we have here in the UI, no assignments yet. All right. So this is the search container. Right? We're going to be displaying assignments. And for each row, right? So this is going to be a quote unquote table. So for each row, it's going to be displaying an assignment. So we're going to be specifying the class that corresponds with the assignment entity itself. Okay. And then we're also going to include this file, entry search columns JSPF. Okay. So long story short, we're going to be displaying some messages back to our end user when things go right. When we delete, add, or update something successfully, we can let the end user know. We can display our application using an ADT, and we're using Clay to display a toolbar, and we also have the component that we created. Let's take a look at that. That's going to help us display that toolbar. So assignments management toolbar. This guy here. Let's see if we can find the key. Nope. No, it's okay. Okay. So this is the idea here so far. So it's going to be here in all of these classes.